Hello and welcome. This is Steve Roshamon, and this week we're going to be reviewing Jacques Tati's Playtime, which is a nearly wordless 1967 comedy film. Tati plays the role of Monsieur Holt, who is also the protagonist and is usually described as his own alter ego. Playtime, which was shot from 1964 all throughout 1967, was shot on a 70 mm camera. This work is notably is notable for its enormous set, which was built especially to shoot this film, and is also notable for its use of subtle yet complex visual comedy, supported by very creative sound effects. And the dialogues in this film are frequently reduced to the level of background noise, which is actually pretty cool. Um, Playtime is set in futuristic Paris, which is dominated by a hyper consumeristic society, and the story is structured in six sequences. It is linked by two characters, Monsieur Holt and Barbara, who repeatedly encounter one another in the course of a day. The sequences in the film are the airport, the office, the trade exhibition, the apartments, the royal garden, and the carousel of cars. In 2012, Playtime was the 43rd in the British Film Institute's critics list and 37th in the directors list of top 100 greatest films of all times. However, the film was judged as a financial failure at the time of its release. On its original release, Playtime was acclaimed by most critics, but it was commercially unsuccessful, failing to earn any significant portion of the production cost.
Okay, so let's get into why the movie Playtime is as good as it is. So, most of the scenes portray visual comedy. So, it's unlike modern times, I mean, the current era of movies. Comedy is portrayed in a sense using obscene language in the movie Playtime. It's more like an older Mr. Bean type of thing. Like scenes are actually funny. What do I mean by funny is that there are some scenes, like the characters in this movie are most of the time lost. In the like introduction in the airport lobby scene, after they take care of the baby, there's a random janitor who comes and he has no idea what he's doing in that scene. He doesn't know how to mop the floor. He's just walking around. And even like when the woman is taking a photograph of the florist, people are randomly walking by having no sense of clue what they're doing in this particular shot. So being lost in a frame is what makes this movie a masterpiece.
This movie puts the audience into work and observing people. It's like they are the cameraman while they're watching the film, and it's on the viewer that he or she should spot all the chaos in the play. In this movie, especially the characters and or the players try to grab the audience attentions all of a sudden, which makes the movie unique. And in this movie, it allows to criticize industrialization without stooping the cynicism.
When we talk about the themes of the movie, one of the major ones is movement. We see that all the characters are always in motion. There are people walking, running, driving, in buses, etc. It almost feels as if everyone is looking for something going here and there. Of one fun fact, at the time of its making, Playtime was the most expensive film in French history. Tati filmed it in an enormous set outside Paris and he called it Tatyville. Paris is shown as a modern city with identical buildings and with a lot of grey, almost making it seem like the city is lacking originality. It can also be seen in the travel posters of the city, where art of the city, like the famous monuments, are being hidden behind these boring corporate buildings. Only time we can see the famous Parisian buildings in the movie is through reflection on the giant glass doors of these office buildings. I think that maybe Tati was trying to show a shift in values, changing towards the modern. Tati appears as Yulo, but there are many, many more characters. He also appears in a lot of non Yulo roles. Like, I remember one being one of a traffic cop. There are many other characters which can be mistaken for Yulo in the film. Sometimes a double is also used for him in some scenes. Soundtrack of the movie helps us in identifying some moments in the movie which may have gone unnoticed otherwise. The last long sequence is that of an opening night of a restaurant. It's chaotic and everything seems to be going wrong. But the more that happens, the more the customers are able to relax and enjoy. It is filled with a lot of jokes, and the only stable point is that of a waiter who rips his pants and hides behind a pillar. In spite of being a great film, the commercial value of the film bankrupted Tati and cost him the ownership of his home, his business, and all of his earlier films.